We are live.
Thank you, Connor. Good morning. This is a convening of the Massachusetts Gaming Commission for the purposes of having an agenda setting meeting. This is meeting number 184. Today is January 15th, 2025. It's approximately 10:08 a.m. I apologize for the delay. It is totally on me. With that said, we're holding this meeting virtually. We're going to do a roll call. Good morning, Commissioner O'Brien.
Good morning, I'm here.
Good morning, Commissioner Hill.
Good morning.
Good morning, Commissioner Skinner.
Good morning.
And good morning, Commissioner Broder.
Good morning, all.
All right. So I think we're going to begin with some minutes from Commissioner Skinner.
That is correct. We will be voting on the December 11th, 2024 meeting minutes. All right, here we go. Sorry. I move that the commission approve the minutes from the December 11th, 2024 agenda setting meeting that are included in our packet, subject to any necessary corrections for typographical errors or other non-material matters.
Second.
Thank you, Commissioner O'Brien.
Aye.
Commissioner Hill.
Aye.
Commissioner Skinner.
Aye.
Commissioner Broder.
Yes.
And I vote yes, 5-0. Thank you, Secretary Skinner, and thank you to the team that supports you on those minutes. We're going to go ahead and move on to the agenda, and for that, we'll go to the third item, which starts on page 2 of the packet. We have some dates scheduled for January and February. I'll let everyone take a look at those. Any questions on those? Anything we want to change? All right, now we'll talk about some proposed meeting schedules. We have February 24th as a public meeting. That's a Monday meeting. I think that we're working around a schedule there.
Yes, Chair, we're working on the February holiday and then a few of our adjudicatory hearings for durable suitability that have already been scheduled. So to accommodate that, we would be looking at a Monday meeting in February.
Are we good with that, commissioners?
Yeah, I'm assuming it will be the normal start time of 10 a.m. Is that what we're shooting for?
That would be fine.
All right. Yep. That sounds right, Commissioner Skinner. All right, then we have meetings now scheduled into March 27th, believe it or not. Everyone take a look at those. Anything to add? All right, first I'll ask the team, is there anything to add to this upcoming meeting schedule or proposed meeting schedule that we're missing? All right. Anything from the commissioners we want to add? All right. So let's go to Thursday, January 23rd. Discuss that meeting. ED Serpa, will we be having an administrative update?
Yes, I think we will.
All right. Commissioner Skinner, I'm assuming we're going to hold the meeting minutes.
We will. We'll have 6 sets, which commissioners should have today. There's one set that's about 15 pages. The other sets are relatively short, 4 pages and then under. Actually, there's one that's about 7 pages. But there are 6 sets. But again, the majority of those are relatively short sets.
Got it. Thank you. We will review those. Commissioner Hill, legislative update.
I don't think we're going to need one for that day.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Councilor Grossman.
Good morning. Yeah, the reg on there, I believe, is Ying's, and she's here, but I think we're ready to go.
All right. Thank you.
Mr. Chair, there'll be an additional regulation to add to the meeting. It's 205 CMR 257. That will be coming back for final promulgation. This is a data privacy reg that the commission previously discussed about security measures for data in transit versus data at rest. So that's coming back as well on the 23rd.
Okay, and I see Ying is on, if she had anything to add. Thank you, Justin.
Yes, nothing to add. That will be ready on that date.
All right, thank you. Um, Chief of Sports Wagering, Carrie Teresi.
Yes, we will be all set for the FanDuel KYC. I would also request an executive session as part of this agenda item.
That makes sense. And so I'm sure legal will work on some language for us for that.
Commissioner, we'd like to add 2 other items to the 23rd as well for sports wagering. We'll be adding the PWHL event petition from one of our operators, as well as consideration for options into exhibition matches.
Okay. All right. That explains why I've been briefed on exhibition matches. Nothing's coincidental. Commissioners, I'm fine with that. Are we good with adding those items? How long do we expect to add to the agenda for that, for Grace's timing purposes?
It could be upwards to combined 30 minutes for both items.
Okay. That exhibition conversation could be longer, but we'll see. All right. Dr. Van der Linden, we have a couple of items on for you.
Yeah, we do. Sorry, not doctor, but that's all right.
I always do that. In my head, I have granted you an honorary PhD in my head, if that makes you happy.
That does. Thank you so much. It's an honor. With that said, we would like to move this back under review. The original intention for this report was that it was the early economic impact of Category 1 sports wagering. We decided to make this a larger economic impact of sports wagering and roll together a couple of reports that will be coming back to the, we should be prepared for that within the next couple of months. But for now, I'd like to move this under review.
All right. I'm good with that, with the explanation. What about the quarterly report?
We will be set for that.
All right. Anything else to add?
Nothing to add.
All right. Dr. Lightbound, yours I know has been granted.
Good morning. We would like to request that we move that reimbursement to February 6th meeting. We can move that.
All right. Commissioners,
And
I'm getting yeses.
okay. And then if this is a good time, I had some possible additions.
Absolutely.
Okay, so one of them is the Twin Spires noncompliance with Michigan. As people have probably seen in the news, this is a ADW issue, and Twin Spires is a account wagering company in Massachusetts. So I'd like to put it on the agenda for that meeting, and obviously with the legal department weighing in as to what that might mean in Massachusetts.
Yes, that makes a lot of sense.
Okay. And then let's see. Raynham is planning on moving to a new tote company, Global Tote, which is the same tote that Plainridge uses. And so they're probably within 60 days, and I'd just like to have us not be holding them back for switching. So I'd like to put that on the agenda as well.
Yep.
Okay.
That makes sense given the timing.
Okay. And then another one is horse health, to just discuss the horse health at Plainridge.
Oh, perfect. Yeah. Commissioner Hill, I see your mic's off.
Yeah, I do. Thank you, Dr. Lightbaum, for bringing this issue forward. Commissioner O'Brien and I met with Dr. Lightbaum recently on our updates, and this was an issue that we thought was important that the rest of the commission hear about.
Absolutely. It's important, and we want to make sure we're doing the best we can as regulators. All right. Anything else, Dr. Lightbound?
Well, it doesn't have to be on for the for next week's meeting. So I can bring it up at a later point in this meeting if you want.
Yeah, if it's up to you, however you want to move forward. But if it's something you need to be put on the 23rd, by all means bring it up. If you want to hold it for a later date, we can put it under review. It's up to you.
Okay, I'll
Or
hold
on
it
a
then.
different- Yeah, or on a different meeting date even. All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Director Monahan.
Good morning. We will have, I think, 3, possibly more, sports wagering non-compliance matters ready. I think 45 minutes is a good time on that. Hopefully we'll try to do it shorter for you. I would suggest, because we're going to have a number of sports wagering non-compliance matters coming forward in the next few meetings, that we add just a standing agenda item, if that's possible, and then we can let Grace know in advance of the meeting what the particular items are for the agenda.
That makes sense.
Thank you.
I support that. Commissioners, we good with that? Assuming there's going to be several compliance matters coming our way. All right. Thank you. Anything else, Director Monahan?
Not at this time. Thank you.
Thank you. Compliance update report. Carrie.
Yes, we will be all set for this. This will be the update on the compliance officer's audit of operators 255 play management tools.
Got it. Thank you. Anything else to add, commissioners, to this date?
I just have a question for Carrie. Do you have a time estimate? It looks like the time estimate on that isn't in there.
Probably about a half an hour.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you, Commissioner O'Brien. And I'm assuming we'll get materials ahead of time.
Yes, of course.
All right. All right. Anything to add to that date from the team or commissioners?
Mr. Chair, one thing we could add, now that I've seen that a couple things did come off, is there was under review, there was going to be a brief update on the federal judiciary subcommittee hearing that was discussing the potential federal oversight of sports wagering that took place back in December. So if the commission is so inclined, I'm happy to present a brief overview of how that hearing went and what was discussed. I don't think it would take more than 10 minutes or so for the next week.
It was in the midst of our holiday party. I remember that. So we weren't able to watch it. So I'm glad that you were able to capture it, and we're happy to add that, commissioners, right? 10-minute update. All right. Let's move on to February 6th. Edie Serpa, you want me to hold the administrative update? I'm getting a yes. Commissioner Skinner, I'm assuming we'll have minutes.
Yes.
Thank you. Commissioner Hill, legislative update then.
Why don't we put a hold on that one as well?
All right. Any regulations from team legal?
Let's see. I think we covered all the ones that we had outstanding. Unless anyone has anything else, I think we're all set.
All right. Sports wagering, I know we always fill that one up.
Nothing to add right now, but yeah, we can hold the space.
All right. There's a DPH discussion on here. Are we going to move forward with that?
Yeah, we can put that in there. Yes, please.
All right. I will note that there is a 9:30 a.m. start time on that meeting on February 6th. Anything to add, commissioners or team, to February 6th?
Yes.
Chief Lennon.
How are you? I would like to add a mid-year budget update.
Maybe a budget update. We'll call it a budget update.
No, a mid-year. Sorry, mid-year. I must have cut out.
Oh, I thought you said maybe. A
It can
mid-year budget update. We can do that one.
All
All
right,
right. I'm good with that, commissioners. We good with that? All right. Thank you, Chief.
thank you.
Anything else? All right, let's go to under review. Commissioner O'Brien, we have a compliance committee update on here.
That's still under review.
All right, HCA compliance, Joe and Chief Delaney and Commissioner Skinner.
Yeah, could we take that off for now, just for a short period of time until we have some internal discussions that have to take place in terms of how we want to present this information, how we want to look at it. And so we still have quite a bit of internal discussion to happen. And so I'm hoping that we'll be returning this item to the list it's sometime this summer. Joe, do you have anything you want to add?
Yeah, I think, as you said, Commissioner, we have some internal discussions to do about, how we want to proceed on these things. And I think we need to resolve those before we bring it to the commission. And so, yeah, I think we can take it off for now. I'm hoping that we'll be back before the summer, but for right now, I think it makes sense to take that off.
All right. I'll tell you what we'll do. I think Grace keeps these on a spreadsheet, what comes on and off and how. So we'll do that. We'll move it to that and off.
Yeah.
That.
That's perfect. Thank you.
All right. Discussion of illegal markets.
Yeah, it's still under review. We had a meeting that AG, I think, had to reschedule. It hasn't been rescheduled yet. So I would hope to bring it forward soon, but we do need to touch base with them.
Okay. I know that's important to all of us and look forward to that. Staff evals. I, for one, have not finished mine. I hate to say that, but I haven't. Working on it. Commissioners, are we still working on them? All right. Update and discussion on exhibitions. We just pulled that off and put it on a date, didn't we, Carrie?
Yes, we moved this to the 23rd, but there is a component of this that will still be under review. This was a request from Commissioner O'Brien, and that would be a sort of a debrief on the Tyson Paul event and a discussion about whether the commission would like to implement some sort of process or rules for how we respond to changes in rules for an event that is approved under the catalog. So we sort of bifurcated this request into two different discussions.
So we would talk about kind of like how the weights and the gloves changed and so forth and kind of what, okay. I'm looking
right,
at
exactly.
All right. And then what we do when that happens, whether it goes straight to the commission or whether it sits. Okay, I got you. I'm just following you. Yeah, we'll leave it under review then for that purpose. Is there a better title for it?
Yeah, I can send some different language to Grace to put in there.
Perfect. The federal legislation update, we pulled that off now, Justin. Anything else to add?
That's going to get pulled off. I got something new to add, but you can go through the list of what's on there first, Mr. Chair. Thanks.
So we have a discussion on catalog language for UFC.
Sorry, we'll keep that under review for now. That's all right.
Thank you. And then Revere's HCA discussion is on here. We want to keep that under review.
I think it's under review. I mean, I think it came up primarily, it's come up a couple different ways. One was the recent correspondence, and then we've also had the question in terms of EVH expanding across the street. And I know legal's been looking at some things. So it would seem like it's still under review for right now, unless legal wants to kind of bring forward any sort of discussion on some of the issues we've raised.
Yeah, you just clicked my memory, Commissioner O'Brien. I do remember seeing that Mohegan Sun release letter and so forth at some point. came around from Revere. All right. Well, do we want to keep it under review and then perhaps come back to it? Okay, Justin, you get to go first because you mentioned it.
Commissioners, I'd like to add to this list 205 CMR 256, which are the sports wagering advertising and marketing regulations. We've been already sort of having some discussions around the advisor encourage language in the regulations and looking at updating that to make that standard a little bit more clear. So if we could add that to under review. I don't think it'll be on under review for very long because I already have some good feedback, some good ideas on how to move this forward, but putting it there will serve as a reminder to get it onto a public meeting soon.
Okay, yeah, we want to clarify that as much as we can for the sports wagering team and for the operators. Sounds good to me. Commissioner O'Brien, I see your mic's off. Anything to add? Okay.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to add our quarterly reports with our licensees. I'd like to do that on the meeting on the 24th of February. That will also include discussions on capital expenditures, which would need to be done in executive session, and also discussion on the impacted live entertainment venues. So all of those things. So we're shooting for the 24th if we can do it then.
We can, that sounds good to me. Commissioners, are we good with that? And quarterlies on the 24th. Okay.
Okay, I do need, that was tentatively scheduled something. I do need to reach out to the licensees to make sure that date works with all of our licensees.
Perfect. We'll tentatively hold it then.
Excellent. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm not available before 10 that day in terms of picking a time.
Okay, so we want the regular 10 o'clock start.
Yeah, if that's possible.
I think that was mentioned earlier that would be a 10 o'clock meeting.
Okay.
All right. Anything else to add to under review?
Chair Maynard, if I could add FY24 research summary of findings and recommendations.
Yep. That works for me. We'll add that. Dr. Lightbound, I remember
yes.
you actually went first and I forgot, but you do have something to add.
Yeah, Raynham is planning on moving from their current facility on their property to the simulcast facility they've been developing. And obviously it's dependent on the construction, how that goes. But they were aiming for sometime in March, and I didn't want us to be, holding them up. Again, this came up in conversations with Commissioners Hill and O'Brien. If we can get something on just to make sure that they'll have whatever the commission is requesting to the commission in order to open. So, and maybe Todd and I have discussed this a little bit as far as getting a sense of exactly what the commissioners would like to see. Obviously things like approval of the planning board and occupancy permit, things like that. I don't know if Todd wants to chime in.
No, I think you covered it. Yeah, it would make sense to bring it forward for public review, of course.
Of course.
Right. So and then I had raised sort of just another layout question in terms of obviously the ADW is 18 plus and any bars alcohol set are 21 plus. And so my memory of the plan, it was somewhat fluid, but if there's any further information on that, mention this to Dr. Lightbound already, but just the legal knows.
And the current facility has the same issues, right? But I hear you, how they're going to deal with it in this new facility. And I do believe that the GEU has been down there, that been on a tour too. So, okay. Let's, Dr. Lightbound, what's the best date do you think to schedule this, understanding that we may need to come back one more time is what I'm hearing Potentially, hopefully not, but it could happen. What date would you want to hold that on?
Well, would the, I don't know, Todd, what do you think about the February 6th? Do you think that's too early, or do you think that would be good to at least get the information that we have at that point to the commissioners, and then if we need to follow up with more after that?
Yeah, why don't we schedule it for that date, see if we can pull it together, and if need be, we can push it back.
Worst case scenario, we can pull it off. So.
Thank you. Yep.
All right. That works for me. We'll hold it there. We're gonna have a long meeting on February 6th. Or no, February 6th is, that will help fill up February 6th. That's what I meant to say. Sorry about that. All right. Anything else to add to under review?
I'm gonna jump in. Dean, could we pull the HR and procurement teams together for an update on diversity? We had a very comprehensive presentation, probably just about a year now ago. And I would be interested in any updates that the team has to share. That's on employment and vendors. Derek is on camera now, so you're nodding. You recall what I'm speaking about. I think Beniswa was also part of that presentation. Oh, there's Dave.
Yeah, we'll put that, we'll start developing that presentation.
Thank you. And it can just go under review. I don't have a date in mind. Obviously, it's at whenever the team can pull it together would be helpful. I just wanted to make sure we got it under review, so we move towards that at some point.
Okay.
That makes a lot of sense, Commissioner. Thank you. All right. With that, I think we've taken care of everything on the agenda. Do we have any commissioner updates? Any other business we didn't anticipate today? Do we have a motion to adjourn?
Move to adjourn.
Thank you.
Second.
Thank you. Commissioner O'Brien,
Aye.
Commissioner Hill,
Aye.
Commissioner Skinner,
Aye.
and Commissioner Broder.
Yes.
I vote yes, 5-0. Everyone enjoy your Wednesday, and we'll meet back tomorrow.
Sounds good.
Reports.